this past week, or this past weekend, I went to go see a favorite of ours. I went to go see Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan on the big screen. Now, I have seen it before on the big screen. I went to the Fathom event. Mark and I wound up going to the same Fathom event on the same night a few years ago. So it came to my one horse town. They showed it at our concert hall. I was like, oh, are they going to show it with like a live orchestra or something? Is that what this is? So I didn't even look. I just bought tickets. Then I realized what it was. It's actually going to be shown, and then afterwards there would be a Q&A with fucking William Shatner. So I bought the tickets, and not only that, Mark, I bought the little VIP because I was like, you know what? I would love to meet Captain Kirk and take a picture with him.
Oh, shit.
So I bought these. So on Sunday night, we went to our little local theater, and there it was. We got to watch the movie with an audience, giant concert hall audience, and then out comes William Shatner. I don't know much to say about the movie. We've reviewed the movie on this show many times, so I'm not going to waste your time. The only thing I'll say is this experience was awful.
What? Oh,
I'm wrecking the movie because it's a masterpiece. You don't even have to like Star Trek to like Wrath of Khan. But I'm telling you, the event itself was dog shit. And here, it's a giant ripoff. First off, the sound in my little amphitheater was not equipped or equalized at all. So sometimes, like when Kirstie Alley's talking, it's very clear. But then randomly when Kirk is talking, the fucking guy we're here to see, all of his dialogue is garbled. We were like, I don't know what he's saying. I had no idea. It was like too hot on the speaker. Something was weird. Okay, so whatever. I'm like, whatever. I've seen this movie so many times. I'm like, it's fine. Out comes Shatner. This is what we're here for. And this is why I bought the ticket, because I was like, I want to hear him talk specifically about the making of this movie. I want a deep dive. When I tell you there was zero moderation, like there was a moderator, but he did the opposite of what moderators do at these things. He didn't do shit. He just let William Shatner ramble and ramble. And if you don't know, I was unaware of this. William Shatner is 94.
Oh, shit.
That's not a joke. Go ahead and look it up. He's 94 years old. And what does a 94-year-old man do? He rambles. And dude, he answered no questions. Like the moderator would ask one question and Shatner would talk for about 15 minutes about nothing that the guy asked about. So if the guy was like, hey, what was it like shooting with DeForest Kelley and Leonard Nimoy on set Wrath of Khan? Shatner would then go into a diatribe about how he breeds horses and different kind of horses. And we kept waiting for it to come back around. Like, this has some meaning, some point to his story that will connect to the making of the movie.
Oh, my God.
No. Okay, then somebody else asked the question. Some lady in the audience was like, I love you, Kirk. My dog, Kirk. And then this put him out on a whole story where he decided to tell us about dead dogs. He saw dead dogs in the neighborhood, and he just kept, dude. How long do you think somebody could talk about dead dogs? What's the longest you think? Probably talk about dead dogs maybe about a minute.
Wait, what kind of dead dogs in the neighborhood?
Apparently, he told a story. I can barely remember because at this point I had started to disassociate in the audience because it was very clear that this was a massive mistake to come to this. And it was late, and I was like, I just want to be in my home. I hate that I came here. So,
oh, man.
Shatner is like, oh, that's what it was like. He was talking about Dobermans. He's like, I have 2 Dobermans. I love Dobermans. They're my favorite kind of dog. I don't like little dogs. When I see a little dog, I think about a story. And then he proceeded to tell a story about a dog that's not his. A tiny little dog, like, was sniffing around, and I'm going to do you a giant favor and shorten the story. Okay, that's more than we got, my friend, because I had to sit through about 20 minutes of him getting to the point of this story, which was a little dog stands on a sprinkler, the sprinkler goes off, and it basically cut the dog in half.
What?
By the way, it had nothing to do with the fucking question. That's how he ended. And then wait. This is the best part.
Oh my God.
You assume this awful Q&A is what? Maybe a half hour, an hour? No, you assume incorrectly, my friend. It was 90 minutes.
Wait, you stayed for 90 minutes?
90 minutes, Mark, and the only reason I stayed was because
Wow.
if you wanted to get the picture with him, this is how they got you. It was the last thing that happened. So you couldn't get the picture before and be like, peace,
Oh
I'm out.
man.
You had to sit through the 90-minute
Oh,
rambling session of William Shatner. And, oh, I didn't even mention really
I
quick before
was
I close
not
this out.
expecting
The
this.
pre-show and the intermission had Shatner trivia that he clearly wrote himself. That was like, what was Bill Shatner's first speaking role on Broadway? And it would give you options as if anybody would fucking know the answer to this except Bill Shatner. Okay? Do you think there were Star Trek questions? No, there weren't. That's how I know it wasn't
Kurt
produced.
Russell.
Yeah, there, Kurt Russell. Heinz 57. Okay, so here's the best part. Here's how it all ended. He told us a story about going up on Bezos's rocket. He apparently took the rocket
Oh,
to
that's
space
right.
with
Yeah.
Bezos, and he went up because Captain Kirk was supposed to go to space. So he went to space, and he told us about going to space. And it started as kind of like, okay, this is kind of cool hearing like this old man's story about going up in this rocket. It would have been cool if it ended there. Let me then tell you what Bill Shatner did.
No.
He tells us a story about going up in Jeff Bezos' private rocket, going up to space, coming back down. Everybody wants to talk to him because he's Captain Kirk. And then he proceeded to lecture us for about 10 minutes on global warming and climate change and how it's up to us to clean up the planet. That's the true message of Star Trek, he
Didn't he
said.
just take a fucking rocket
Thank
that
you.
dumped fuel?
After his carbon footprint ass went up in Bezos' private jet rocket to space, he had the fucking nerve and audacity to lecture us about climate change. Mark, when the house lights went up, I'm not kidding you. They were like, everybody who's having a picture, stay behind for a line. A guy in the audience yelled, "This is a disaster!" True story. And by the
What?
way, I'll end it with this. I got my picture with Captain Kirk. He did not talk at all. They rushed us through. Jess and I went.
Were you not allowed to touch him either? Like, don't touch him.
There was a taped line. I'm not kidding. So the guy told us, he's like, when you enter, there's a line on the floor, a mark. Don't cross the
Oh my
line.
God, this sounds terrible.
You will stand at the line, and Bill Shatner is about 2 feet away from you, like it's the COVID times. He's about 2 feet away from you. So I walked in, and people are trying to talk to him. And I just walked in and I said, "Thank you, Mr. Shatner." And he didn't say anything. He just like nodded, like, and then we took a picture with him. And here's the worst part. After all that,
Ooh.
I went outside and it was pouring fucking rain. And me and Jess had to run through the rain to get to the car about 3 blocks. We were soaking wet. Fuck you, Bill Shatner.
Oh my God, I am so sorry. Dude, when you put it in the show notes, I was like, oh man, it must have been phenomenal and probably one of the best screenings because it's clearly gonna be he even says at the beginning he's gonna put it in the Rex. This must be a phenomenal experience to reserve it for the end of the show. To
One
meet
of
the great William Shatner who
probably the
just took a
worst,
shit on everyone.
probably the worst Q&A event I've ever been to in my life. Ever.
More so than the
It makes
aliens
that
one.
dude. It makes that Sigourney Weaver event look like a fucking one-on-one lunch with Sigourney Weaver. Like, do you want to hang out with Ripley and just have lunch? That would be amazing. Yes. No, that's what this. That's what this was like. I pity anyone who pays money
You had two, you
to
had
go see this.
two great audience members. One's the Kurt Russell guy.
Kurt
The
Russell,
other's the this is a disaster
a
guy.
guy with his
Wait,
feet up. He had given up, dude. The lights came up and he was like, "This is a disaster."
wait, what was the audience reaction to that guy saying that? Were they on his side?
Yes, people were on his side. They were like, "Yeah, we know," but we were all so tired. It was like midnight, and we were like wanted to go home, and they were like, "Just stay for
Oh
15 minutes, line
God.
up here to go through and get your picture with Bill Shatner."
Dude, that's the I think the worst part of all this is he wasted your time so much that you had to go to bed late.
Yes, we went to bed at like 1:30 in the morning because we fucking had to get a picture with Bill Shatner and run in the rain.
Can we see this photo, please?
Oh
Is
yeah,
it
wait.
really like,
I
is
have
he
to
like
wait.
really far
They
away?
wouldn't take your picture with a phone. You were only allowed to use their photographer. So they're gonna make us wait 2 days. They're basically gonna clean up the images. I'm 100%. They're gonna clean up the images. When they give us the image, I promise you, I will put it all over. I will put it on the podcast Instagram. I'm gonna put it on my personal Instagram. I want everybody to know what a shit show the William Shatner live show is. Do not go. Do not be like me. Don't spend money on this, please. It was terrible.
Oh man,
It was
that's
terrible.
awful. I am so sorry for you, Matt. That is
Thank
terrible.
you.
I'm so sorry that happened. That's like, you know, it's funny. We're always calling for these events to have like, hey, it'd be great to have the original cast and all this other. Dude,
No, it
I am
wouldn't
so
be.
sorry you had a nightmare experience. That's terrible.
Dude, it was fucking
Oh,
terrible.
is this gonna like scare you off of these type of events in the future?
Yes. If they take
That's,
place at night, yes.
oh God, that is awful.
I
Jesus Christ.
imagine waiting till 1 in the morning to meet Bill Shatner for you to stand like feet away from him to take a picture that they're clearly gonna stitch. What was the point then?
Oh, they're probably. Do you think
They're
they're definitely going to
definitely
move him
they're
over?
definitely gonna cut the distance apart to make it look like he's right there. A
I
hundred
hope
percent.
they don't.
Yeah, I would. I want the unedited
Sheer
photo. So
laziness.
he's clearly a fucking mile away. That's what I want people to say. I'm going to tell you guys.
Was it?
My plan originally was to make this my Christmas card. Jess and I always have a funny Christmas card that we make every year. We send out to friends and family. You're on our Christmas card list. We were going to have a
I
funny.
have them hanging on my
Yeah,
fridge.
we were going to have a funny Christmas card with us and Bill Shatner, and it was going to say Trek the Halls, like a funny Star Trek themed Christmas card. I'm not fucking doing that. But
Now
I'm
it's shat the bed.
have a super shatty Christmas.
And he's a mile away. It's like the widescreen postcard where you're just like on one end, and you should totally just Photoshop it so the distance is even greater.
Yeah, we should put him like across the Gobi Desert. Like he should be as far away as possible. I was just like, fuck this. I'm so over it. I'm done. It was just, this to me was it was like a lifelong like wish. Like, hey, one day I'll get to talk to somebody about this movie that I love so much. And maybe that person will take a photo with me. Hey, dude, it's none other than Captain Kirk. Holy shit. It was terrible. They say never meet your heroes, and they're right, Mark. Don't do it.
But we did get to meet Terrence Stamp, who was a
And he was
sweetheart.
fantastic. This was the opposite of that. Terrence Stamp, remember how you had this like lovely personal conversation? You had a moment with Terrence Stamp, like you were old friends. Nobody can ever take that from you. That was like a treat for you. Okay,
Yeah, it
I
was
had
pretty
the
amazing.
opposite, where Bill Shatner
So slow.
might as well have taken a picture of me outside of his home 10 miles away in the rain. Didn't invite us in. Just, here's stand in the rain.
Oh my God, what
It
a
sucked.
dick.
It was the worst, Mark. So
But have you heard stories that he's kind of like a turd?
I I suspected, but I often think the worst of people. So like I never listen to my inner voice. Yeah, like I kind of suspected it
goodness.
wasn't gonna be what I thought. Because in my mind I thought, oh, it'll be, we'll show up, they'll be like, hey, stand here, get your picture with him, say a few words. Like I've done a couple of these VIP meet and greets, and they've all gone well. Like Jess is a big fan of Dita Von Teese, the burlesque artist. And we've met her, and dude, it was the polar opposite. You go and you meet Dita Von Teese, she talks to you. You sit down with her and you like chat like for 10 minutes. I was like, I'm not even a fan of Dita Von Teese, but I sat there and talked to her, and she was so nice to us. And I was like, that was amazing. So that was a bad thing, Mark, because that put an idea in my head. And I thought, oh, I'll show up and Captain Kirk will be there, and he'll be like, thank you for watching this movie. And I'll be like, oh my God, thank you. I used to watch this movie all through my life, and you've had such an impact on me, and blah, blah, blah. We'd have a nope. I said, thank you, Mr. Shatner, and he barely nodded. He was like,
Oh man, you know what? I was kind of I in the back of my mind because I have heard stories about him, but I was kind of hoping he would be narcissistic enough to try to get you to like him. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Where
yeah,
they're just overperforming, and you're like, ah, and you just have a great experience, even if it's insincere. At least
you
make
get
these
that.
motherfuckers who waited like twice as long to see your stupid ass.
Fucking dumbass Shatner. Mark,
It's
what's next for you on the Rex?
I
I'm
don't know how I could follow that up. That's fucking amazing story.